Hi, this is Brendan from Watto Training, and in this tutorial we take a look at types of learning. There are three types of learning. Cognitive, which is knowledge-based; affective, which relates to the emotions, attitudes, and values; and psychomotor, which relates to the development of practical skills and manipulation of objects. Let's take a closer look at each of those in a little more detail. Cognitive learning. Cognitive learning is a style of learning that focuses on more effective use of the brain. To understand the process of cognitive learning, it's important to know the meaning of cognition. Cognition is the mental process of gaining knowledge and understanding through the senses, experience, and thought. Cognitive learning theory merges cognition and learning to explain the different processes involved in learning effectively. The cognitive learning process aims to chart the learning process for optimal thinking, understanding, and retention of what we learn. When you master the fundamentals of cognitive learning, it becomes easy to maintain a lifelong learning habit of continuous learning. The following are fundamental aspects of cognitive learning: comprehension, memory, and application. Comprehension. For cognitive learning to be efficient and benefit you, understand the reason why you are learning a specific subject in the first place. Memory. Cognitive learning discourages cramming of information, which is very ineffective in education. Having a deep understanding of a subject improves your ability to relate new knowledge with previous experiences or information. Application. Cognitive learning strategies help you apply new information or skills in life situations. They encourage you as you continue to develop problem-solving skills. Teaching tips for trainers. There should be an emphasis on the meaningfulness of each session to the task at hand. Background information on new material is essential. New information should be instilled in learners in a sequence to build on what is already understood. Benefits of cognitive learning. Cognitive learning enhances learning. It boosts confidence, improves problem-solving skills, helps learn new things faster, and teaches to form concept formation, in brackets, abstract thinking. Abstract thinking is the ability to think about objects, principles, and ideas that are not physically present. It is related to symbolic thinking, which uses the substitution of a symbol for an object or idea. Concrete thinking, on the other hand, is the opposite of abstract thinking. While abstract thinking is centered around ideas, symbols, and the intangible, concrete thinking focuses on what can be perceived through the five senses: smell, sight, sound, taste, and touch. The vast majority of people use a combination of concrete and abstract thinking to function in daily life, although some people may favor one mode over the other. Effective learning. Effective learning is concerned with how learners feel while they are learning, as well as with how learning experiences are internalized so they can guide the learner's attitudes, opinions, and behavior in the future. The affective domain relates to emotions, attitudes, appreciations, and values. It is highly personal to learning, demonstrated by behaviors indicating attitudes of interest, attention, concern, and responsibility. The 5 major categories are listed from the simplest behavior to the most complex. Receiving phenomena: awareness, willingness to hear, selected attention. For example, listens to others with respect. Keywords: acknowledge, asks, attentive, courteous, dutiful, follows, gives, listens, understand. Responds to phenomena: active participation on the part of the learners. Examples: questions new ideals, concepts, and models in order to fully understand them. Know the safety rules and practice them. Keywords: answers, assists, aids, complies, conforms, discusses, helps, labels, performs, presents, and tells. Valuing: the worth or value a person attaches to a particular object, phenomenon, or behavior. Examples: is sensitive towards individual and cultural differences. Shows the ability to solve problems. Keywords: appreciates, cherish, treasure, demonstrates, initiates, invites, joins, justifies, proposes, respect, and shares. Organization: organizes values into priorities by contrasting different values, resolving conflicts between them, and creating a unique value system. Examples: recognizes the need for balance between freedom and responsible behavior. Explains the role of systematic planning in solving problems. Keywords: compares, relates, and synthesizes. Internalizes values. Characterization: has a value system that controls their behavior. The behavior is pervasive, consistent, predictable, and most important characteristic of the learner. Examples: shows self-reliance when working independently. Uses an objective approach in problem solving. Keywords: acts, discriminates, displays, influences, modifies, performs, qualifies, questions, revises, serves, solves, and verifies. Psychomotor learning. Psychomotor learning is demonstrated by physical skills such as movement, coordination, manipulation, dexterity, grace, strength, speed. Actions which demonstrate the fine or gross motor skills, such as use of precision instruments or tools and walking. Behavioral examples include driving a car and hand-eye coordination such as sewing, throwing a ball, typing, operating a lathe, and playing a trombone. Bloom's taxonomy of hierarchical models that classify learning objectives indicates that 7 basic skills are part of the psychomotor domain. Listed from the simplest to the most complex, they are perception or awareness, the readiness to act, guided response, basic proficiency, complex overt response, adaptation, and origination. Okay, let's go through each of the 7 skills. All skills use some physical movement and coordination and require practice. Progress is measured by speed, distance, precision, or techniques of execution. Number 1. Perception. This involves nonverbal cues such as learning that a stove is hot. Skill number 2. Readiness to act involves motivation and the recognition of one's own abilities and limitations. Basic skill 3. Guided response simply means the ability to follow and act on directions. If you drive a car or operate a computer, you are proficient in that skill. Basic skill 4. Complex overt response means an individual has become an expert at something such as driving a vehicle safely. Adaptation takes expertise to the next level by coming up with unique responses to unexpected situations. Basic skill 6. Origination involves coming up with new patterns based on highly developed skills. An example is creating an original building design. Thanks for watching. This has been Brendan from Watto Training.